Hey everyone, this is Andy. My pronouns are they, them, and I go by the crowstitcher here on YouTube and Instagram. This is the third time I have tried to film this. It is, so bear with me. It is Saturday, September 21st, 2024, and this is Flosstube number 18. I am sick, so again, please bear with me. Hopefully, this will be the third and last time um, that I film this. Welcome. It's going to be a bit extra chaotic y today. I apologize. I'm just not all here, and I wanted to get this done, hopefully, quickly, and out of the way. So if I felt worse later on, it would be done. But this is my Flosstube channel where I talk about all of my Flosstube, all of my cross stitch. I mean, I do talk about Flosstube, but I talk about all of my cross stitching. Last week I did a an extra with a new. I rejigged my rotation plans a bit and talked about things that I'm adding into it. And so this week, this past week was the first time that I have used those plans. I really liked it. So I'm going to try to film weekly from now on, once a week. Hold on. My tea. Okay, so welcome to everyone who is new and already subscribed. I appreciate all of you so much. We're just going to get into it because, again, bear with me, I'm not all here today. So we're going to start off with the clue game. It's something that I added in last time, and I got the inspiration from Jen the Caffeinated Crafter is doing a Monopoly game. She got the idea from someone else to help choose her whips. Excuse me, I apologize. And I don't really like Monopoly or board games in general, but I kind of was thinking, oh, what could I do? And so I thought of Clue because I love murder mysteries. And so what I did, well, I explained this all completely in the last video in the extra. But just as a recap, I put all the weapons on a card and assign them stitches. So candlestick, lead pipe, etc., etc. And then all the people. Oh, again, Mrs. White, Colonel Mustard. Oops, I just dropped one. Miss Scarlet, etc. on cards and assign them stitches. And then the rooms are all projects. So I pulled 6 projects from my non-legacy bin and wrote them on cards. So these are the rooms. So what Dar did was he pulled one, a person, a weapon, and a room, and then didn't tell me what it was. Put all the cards back in the envelopes, and so then I have to go and pull and try to figure out who did it and with what and where, right? So the first time I pulled, should be in here. I pulled Mrs. White with the lead pipe in the abstract Christmas tree. And if I pull something that is correct, he has to tell me what is correct. If I pull 2 things that are correct, he can only tell me one thing. So he chooses which one to tell me that is correct. So he told me the lead pipe was correct, which gets 200 stitches. And Mrs. White was also correct, which was 100 stitches. So I had to stitch 300 on abstract Christmas tree, which is this. It is artwork is by Circa Aquilin Ink. This charted by stitch is so beautiful. And I love that so much. And so my 300 stitches, well, first of all, I'm stitching this 1/1 full cross on 20 count. And this, I did a top right start. This is where I am with it in total. And so my 300 stitches, I worked over here, and I filled in a lot of this 939 in here, and then I started filling in more confetti on the top of the tree. And let me give you some stats on this. I have a total of 16, oh, I can't see that. Jesus. 16,317 stitches out of 160,000, and I'm at 10.2%. And these are, oops, come on. These are stitched. They're little stars, and they're so pretty. Like, when it all comes together, it's gonna look so great. I'm so excited. So that was my first clue piece. Then, let me get this back in its bag. I'm sorry, I have the windows open because I'm trying to air out my sickness. So when Dar comes in the room, he doesn't get sick, and you can probably hear my neighbors are starting to wake up. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, so that tells you how early I started this, if this is my third time. Okay, so next I pulled Professor Plum with the lead pipe, because I know the lead pipe's correct, gets 200 stitches on the Old-Fashioned Dragon, and Professor Plum gets 300. So none of that was, well, the lead pipe was correct, but the Plum and Old-Fashioned Dragon were not. So I did 500 stitches on Old-Fashioned Dragon. This is artwork by Stanley Morrison, charted by Pain Free Crafts, and I did get the kit with my Crystal Club voucher. Oh my god. And I did a center start, mostly because I just didn't want to do background. So I did 500 stitches. And it goes this way. So that's what I did. It doesn't look like anything right now because there's only 500 stitches. Come on, are you gonna focus? Like, seriously. There we go. I love the colors in this, though. They're so beautiful. And this is sort of like the top of his, it's easier just to show you. It's like right there. So there will be background coming in. So this is right here kind of where I started. So that's that. It was a new start, if you can tell. Okay. Next, for clue, I still know it's the lead pipe. So I pulled Pisces, which is a new start, with who did I pull first? Peacock. Mrs. Peacock. With the lead pipe in Pisces. Pisces is correct. He told me Peacock was not. So I had to do 350 stitches on Pisces. And I will have to put up a picture. Where the hell is Pisces? You know what? Oh no, wait. I don't have it. That's not what I wanted to do, though. I want to view the mock. I want to view the PDF. Wow. Artwork is by Ruth Thompson. It's charted by Thread Geeks. And I'm doing it 1/1 on 28 count. Oh, I just knocked my water over. I'm a mess today, y'all. I'm a mess. But, okay. So, let me get you... I had to do, what did I say, 350 stitches. So I started it last night. I did 353. And I did a top left start. Ooh, let me get my board for you so you can see it. And I'm doing it in diagonals. There are multiple colors there, I promise. There's actually no black in this yet. It's lots of purples, 3799. Oh, I wish you could see it. But that's where I got to. So I'm doing the diagonal. So I finished the first diagonal and I have started on the second. Full cross. There you can kind of sort of see. It's really pretty in person. It's not a solid color. Pretty purples. There's 550 in there. Not much to see though because it is a new start, obviously, and there are only 350 stitches in it. And then the next one I pulled was Green, Mr. Green, with the lead pipe in Pisces, and Mr. Green was not correct either, so I now have to stitch 450 stitches on Pisces. So really now I'm just trying to find who the murderer was. So I will continue stitching on Pisces until I find the murderer. And then once I find the murderer, everything will go back in their envelopes and Dar will pick again and we'll just play again. When one of the pieces gets its total goal stitch, so this was a new start, a non-legacy new start, so it has a goal of 3,000 stitches. So once Pisces gets 3,000 stitches, it will come out of the rotation and will be replaced with something else from my non-legacy bin. Okay. Then I spun my priority legacy wheel, which has pieces that I want to finish first of my legacy full coverages. And it landed on Ineffable Husbands, which is this. So when it lands on a priority spin, I stitch 200 stitches a day on it. And I do finish the thread, so most of them were over 200, like 219, 2 whatever. So this is what it looks like. And I did a top right start over here because I wanted to stitch Crowley first. This is from Good Omens. Well, it's based on Good Omens. So this is Crowley, this is Aziraphale, and To the World in the center is from the end of season 1 when they're in the Ritz. And it has the flaming sword and Crowley's glasses. Oh, love this so much. Let me get you. It is charted by Two Legs Make One Cross, and artwork is by Fomarin de Carme. Um, and I have a total of 2,455 stitches done, and I'm out of 382,850, and I'm at 0.64%. So I did 200 stitches a day on it. Not today. I think, because it's so early in the morning, I don't know. I don't know if I'll do it today. I don't want to have to bring it out and show you again next time. So I might just leave it at that, and then whatever it pulls today is what I'll stitch. Still figuring some things out with the new rotation. So this is where I am. You know what? I think I might need to. Is that better with the... I think that might be better. Okay, so this is where I'm at. And I love the colors on this so much. Let me bring it back here so you can see from afar. And I need my tea. And like the pinks and the browns and the creams. So pretty. So, last time you saw this, I had like kind of just this bit done here. And I had a lot of park threads. So I worked in the park threads. These are new park threads. And then just started filling in over here. And then down here. And then I filled in some of the brown. I really just kind of had this 4x4 square done before. So it's gotten a lot of progress on it, and I'm liking the 200 stitches a day. I think what I'm gonna do though is when I spin it for today, I'm gonna take hide this one so it doesn't pick it 2 weeks in a row, because I don't know if I could do that every day, like 200 stitches a day for 2 weeks. And then next week I'll put it back in. Okay, so that stays out. The next one is my deer sighting piece. So in my last extra from last week, I did explain how we live at the base of a mountain, so we get a lot of wild animals. We get skunks, bears, possums, we get a lot of hawks and falcons, like all kinds of wild animals. But one thing we get pretty regularly are deer. And by regularly, I mean like year long, because obviously the bear we don't see year long. But also pretty frequently throughout the week, like at least a couple days every week we'll see the deer. So, kind of like how people have rainy day projects where whenever it rains, they work on a certain project. That's what I'm doing. So I picked Deer and Bird 1. Artwork is by Carla Gerard, and it's charted by Stitches So Beautiful. I'm gonna have to put a picture up for you. But I got 770. It was a new start that I chose specifically for my. I didn't purchase it for this. Like I had it in my hoard. I already had the pattern, but I chose it to start for this because, I mean, it's called Deer and Bird. So it was a new start, and I got 717 stitches out of 126,000, and I'm at 0.57%. So I've sighted the deer twice since I started this, and the first time what I do is when I see the deer, when I spot the deer, I spin my stitches wheel. So whatever it lands on is the number of stitches I do on this piece. So the first time it spun 400, and the second time it spun 300. So this is, I did a top left start, 1/1 on 28 count. This is where I am. I'm not doing I like the diagonals, but I'm not doing the diagonals for this one. I'm using it's in markup, and I can't. I like the 20 wide diagonals, and I can't figure out how to do that on markup. I only see the 10, and it just confuses me to try to like skip a line but then go to the next line. So I'm just doing it regular cross country, which is no biggie. I can stitch kind of however. So that's what it looks like. Again, not much because it was a new start. But this will stay out, so anytime I see the deer, I will spin my wheel to see how many stitches I do on that. Okay, next I want to share, hold on, I didn't bring these back. Give me 1 second. Okay, these were things I did, I did the week before, but I didn't do a Flosstube, so I didn't get to share them. So, this. Farewell to Lothlorien. Artwork is by Alexandra Bach, and it's charted by Hade. I love this piece so much. But there's a situation. Please don't be like me. I'm just going to say this. Please don't be like me. Don't learn from my mistake and not your mistake. Please, please, please. You can do it on both markup and pattern keeper. Export your progress regularly and save it to a cloud. I now do it after every time I'm done stitching on something, even if I've put in 200 stitches. I export it and I save it to a cloud. Excuse me. Also, please make sure that you have your files, your actual PDF files, in multiple places. I didn't do that. When I first got Pattern Keeper, I got it on my old phone. It was like a Pixel something, Google Pixel 4. I don't even remember. And I was just like, oh, Pattern Keeper, this is great. And I didn't even think to make sure I had things on somewhere else. And my phone is now a paperweight. And it will... I lost everything. And it will cost me probably about $200 at least to get it fixed enough to see if they can get the files off. I don't have that kind of money. So, some things I did lose. Like, some things were retired patterns from Ann Stokes and whatnot. They're gone. So those projects are UFOs. Some things I was able to repurchase. But that's a lot of money. Like that was years of collecting and purchasing. And they're expensive patterns, like a lot of Hades, a lot of long samplers. So some things I did buy again. This is one of them. Some things I can buy, but I'm still on the fence about whether I want to. I don't know. But I did have to buy this again. So I bought this again. However, as you can see, it's not on gridded fabric. And I don't have my progress. So I had to go, and some of it was pretty easy. Some of it was like, okay, well, I know I did like 2 pages here. I know I did a page here. So I marked those off. But then the rest of this, with all this confetti, I don't know. So what I did was once I found the pillar, found where I was up here, and then I'm going through and started to do diagonals. So I'm going to go diagonal by diagonal. So it's going to take forever. But I'm going diagonal by diagonal. Hold on, I need to get this so I can kind of reach a bit better. And as I stitch, I'm finding what has already been stitched and marking it off. So I can't give you a stat because I actually have no idea, because a lot of this down here and all this confetti is not marked off now. I'm pretty sure I'd gotten it to 8%, maybe 9%. But so what I do is, because as I mark things off, right, that have already been stitched, that skews my numbers. So as I, like, let's say I marked off 10 stitches that were already done. I do it on my counter here. And then when I'm done for the day, I subtract what's on the counter for what Pattern Keeper says I have stitched, and I subtract it. So I know what I have actually stitched that day versus what was already there. So I did add in some in here. I filled in some confetti in here and in these. And then I'm now just doing the diagonals. And we're going to do slowly 20 by 20 diagonals. So it will be a long time before I can give you an accurate percentage, an accurate number on this. I can tell you that there are 409,000 something stitches in it. 409 something. It's gorgeous. I couldn't UFO that. I was too far along and I love it too much. So please don't be like me. Like I said, learn from my mistake and not your mistake. Okay. I worked on this last time as well. Oh, where's my Pattern Keeper? This is Lord of the Rings. This is what it will look like. Maybe. This is a legacy piece I'm stitching for child. And I did a center start on this. I'm doing it 3/1 on 14 count Aida. I had it in my stash and it will just fit. It fits fine width-wise, but height-wise, it'll be a bit tight. So I did a center start to just make sure I was in the right spot, and if I needed to cut anything off the bottom or the top, I would be able to easily. And I have a total of 4,704 stitches out of 185,000. And I'm at 2.54%. So which way does it go? It goes this way. Okay. Here's where we are. So this is what it looks like total so far, and I just absolutely, I say it every damn time, this Balrog fire is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna need to make more tea. And then this is the door, the Mines of Moria door coming in. So I worked mostly over here and kind of this section. So this is Aragorn's hand. He's holding the sword. This is the sword coming in here. And then this is him. And so I kind of I worked a lot on the sword and then just started filling in kind of this whole section. So that's what that looks like. This is asleep on her chair here. She's having her morning nap. She gets up and I feed her and she goes outside. And then she comes back upstairs for her morning nap. Okay. Next up is my, kitted up piece. So I got this idea from Siski Ellen, Siski and Stitches. I will tag her below. And I showed this board. Oh, which board is it? I showed this board last time. So what I did was I pulled a pattern from my bin, and it was literature. Artwork is by Luciana LaBelle and is charted by Pain Free Crafts. I'll have to put a picture up for you. So this is the piece I will work on to kit up this piece. So I want Forest Friend, artwork by Aquarella Studio, and it's charted by Sweet Violet Stitch Co. and they're on Etsy. And so that piece, what I did was I went, and it has 96 colors, so I did 96 blocks of 100 stitches each for a total of 9,600 stitches. The pattern was rounded up to $13, so there are 13 blocks at 100 stitches each, and then fabric I rounded up again to $29, and so there are 29 blocks of 100 stitches each. So every 100 stitches I stitch on literature, I check off a box. So once these are all checked, I can then purchase my Forest Friend pattern. So it's like kitting up a project with stitches. And I liked the idea. So I decided to take that and run with it and do it. So the first time I got this out, I did 200 stitches on it the first time, so I checked off 2 boxes. That was last time that you haven't seen yet because it was before my extra. And then this past week I did 300 stitches. And I round down, so I think it was actually 322, but I round down to 300. So I checked off 3 boxes. And so you will have seen the picture I will put up. Oh wait, let me get you some stats. Stats. I'm pretty sure this is a legacy piece. I don't even know anymore. It's gorgeous. I actually bought this piece because of Stitching and Tanya from Stitching Addicted, because she's stitching this and she's really far in and it's so gorgeous. I have 560 stitches done out of 119,000. No. Yeah. 448. Is that right? And I'm at 0.47%. And this is where I am. Again, the colors, it's kind of, oh, what am I doing this on? I'm doing this 2/1 full cross on 18 count Ada that I had in my stash. Where's my board? And I did a top left start, and I am doing on a diagonal. It goes this way. Okay. Oh my god. I'm a mess. All right. Okay. So, here we are. Now, it is kind of what it is, just looking like a solid, and most of it is black, to be fair. But there are some pretty blues, and like you're starting to see some of the books come in, essentially. the spines. So that's where I am. So I'm doing it by diagonals. You can see the colors a bit better back there. Like you can see that there's actually something there. So I do my diagonals 20 stitches wide because this is in Pattern Keeper, so I can get the 20. And I do it like cross country in diagonals. So I do it like cross country, and then if I have leftover, I park it in the next diagonal. So I do kind of a combo of cross country and parking for my diagonals. So that's that. So that stays out, and I will basically whenever I feel like working on it, I work on it. I do want to at least try to work on it once a week. So every week it will get something. But that is literature. That is my kit up a project piece. Okay, now I think we're just on to regular pulls, finally. Okay, so, first one. I pulled Taco Time. It is designed by Marion Savage, and it's a Design Works kit. This is a legacy piece for Child because he loves tacos. This is what it looks like. I think Jen the Caffeinated Crafter also has this. I can't remember if she started it yet or not, but I know she has it. Isn't he so cute? So these are weekly pulls now that we're in. Oh, excuse me. And so I don't have a number that I do for these. It's just whatever I feel like doing. I can work on them multiple times. I can work on them once. I can, I pick and I can choose from the ones that I pick. So I don't have to stitch on everything. It's really whatever. So I did a center start for this, and this is where I am. And I'm just using all the kit materials with it. So I have the Choco. No. I think there's one more color I have to put in, like here on the Taco. But he's basically done. And then the little floor thing. I don't know, whatever that is. That line. And then obviously I have to do the back stitching. But I wanted to finish. There's like one more color I have to put in. And then wanted to do the floor over here. And then put the back stitching in because I didn't want to. It does meet up. It does touch. So that's where I'm at. And oh, look at my needle minder. My friend Kat, Wicked Cat Stitch, sent this to me, and let me take the needle off so you can read it. It says "I remember faces," and it's a crow or a raven, and I can't really tell from the needle minder, but it's one of those two, and they do remember faces, and if you're like they hold grudges, so if you're mean to them or like whatever, they remember your face. And they will tell each other. So, like, if someone's mean to another crow, that crow will then tell their other crow friends, and they will all hold a good. Like, seriously, I love this needle minder. Thank you, Kat. So yeah, the Taco was a lot of stitching. And then I have the avocado and the nacho to do down here. And then, which aren't as heavy, and then just the bunting up here. So, I mean, I still got a ways to go on it, but, that's where I got to. So that could go away. Oh, and I guess I should have gone over my legacy pieces again. For anyone who might be new, legacy pieces are pieces that I have, that I want to finish. I I can actually tell you. Give me 1 second. Let me look on my Notion. I currently have 193 projects. Not all are started, but I have 193 projects documented on Notion. There are still some that I have to, still books and patterns, paper patterns that I have to go through and put in. And 90 of those are current WIPs. So, considering the fact that I have not even added everything in there yet, and I'm still going through things in my hoard, I have well over 200 projects. Would I love to finish all of them before I die? Yes. Is that realistic and possible? No. So I went through and picked legacy pieces, which means that they are ones that I absolutely want to finish before I die to leave behind as a legacy. A lot of them are for people, like for child, for excuse me, hold on, I need to blow my nose. Let me pause for a second. Okay, I'm back. I just blew my nose and scared the shit out of Xena. It's okay, baby. What was I saying? Some are gifts for people, like for child, for Dar. I have one that I'm stitching for Dace. I'll tag him below. And then others are just ones that I want to finish for me personally. So when I say legacy pieces, that's what I'm talking about. When I say non-legacy pieces, they're ones I still want to stitch. I enjoy the process. I enjoy seeing things come together. And if I can finish any of those, great. But they're not a priority. Okay. Next up was Absinthe Cthulhu, and I'll have to put a picture up of this for you. Let me get some stats. It was a new start. I had, for start at September, I had decided that whatever is pulled that will be a new start, I will start it. So, that will not continue forward, let me just say. Absinthe Cthulhu, I got 484 stitches done. Artwork is by Echo Chernik. It's charted by Unconventional Cross Stitch, and I'm doing it 1/1 on 28 count. And it has a total of 229,000 stitches. And I'm at 0.21%. And I did a top left start. So this is where I'm at. Again, not really much to see. I do have the Peppermint Cthulhu started, and that is one of my Ko-fi exclusive whips. So only members of my Ko-fi get to see the progress and stats on that. But this is where I got to. I love the greens on this. I actually really like Absinthe. I'm one of those weird people. Most people, when they have Absinthe, are like, ugh. But I really loved it. I don't drink any more of those, so, it is what it is. But I used to really enjoy it. And, so now I'm just going to stitch all the Absinthe things. So this is where I got to. It's just border. Nothing really fancy going on there. But that was a new start. So if you do want to see any of I have currently 1, 2, 4. Because I had a UFO one. Because it was lost. I think I have 4. I think I have 4 Ko-fi exclusive whips. So if you want to see any of those, go and join my Ko-fi. You get access to that with either tier, the $3 tier or the $6 tier. So, What is this? Oh, this was a new start. This is Watchmen. Artwork is by Lisa Parker. It's charted by Hayden. I'll have to put a picture up for you again. This is one I lost and repurchased. It is a new start, but I love this piece so much, and for some reason it was one of the first full coverages I ever purchased. And for some reason it just kept getting pushed down on my start list, and I never actually started it. And so when I lost it, I love Lisa Parker's artwork. You'll notice a theme. But I wasn't gonna get it because I thought, I haven't even started. I haven't started it yet, but I adore this piece so much, and so I did get it. I ended up getting it again when it was on sale, when Hayden was having one of their sales. So it was a new start, and I'm doing it on. Oh, excuse me. I apologize, y'all. I can't breathe. On the diagonal, and I'm doing 1/1 full cross on 22 count, and I have 1,243 stitches out of 335,500, and I'm at 0.37%. So it's background, but look at that. I love it. I got 2 full diagonals complete, and am now working on the 3rd diagonal. And again, I'm doing my cross country in the diagonal and parking outside the diagonal. The colors in this are just so moody and gorgeous, and I love them. I love this piece so much. Actually, I'm kind of irritated at myself that it took me this long to start it. Though, actually, I'm glad I didn't start it, because then I would have had the same problem that I had with Lothorian. Because I would have lost it. So, I would have had to buy it again, but then I also would have had to go through and figure out where I was, because I didn't do diagonals at the time. So, in the end, I guess it worked out okay. But that was a new start. It is a legacy piece. That's a legacy piece for moi. Get in there. Okay. Next up was also a legacy piece, and this is Make the Yuletide Gay. Oh. Who did this? Oh, that's not what I wanted. It's on the tip. It's on the tip of my tongue, and I really can't remember. Hold on. Excuse me. God, now I have hiccups. The Craft Experimentalist. An experimentalist with an X, so it's experimentalist. And I have 20. Oh God. Regroup. 2,380 stitches out of 3,753 stitches, and I'm at 6.42%. That's wrong. 63.42% done. Jesus Christ. So I'm doing this on, I think it's an 18 count Ada that I dyed myself, because I needed to make it goth gay Christmas. So And I'm doing I did my own Cosmo floss conversion. And then the words are in DMC Etoile in Blanc and sparkly in real life, I promise. So this is where I got to. So I'm not going to show you the picture of what it will look like because it's basically there. This will, depending on when it gets pulled or how things get pulled, will probably be my next finish. So I can mark off on my legacy finish board. Um, so I have to finish this yellow border or this yellow band, and then do the trees, and then there's the trees just go across underneath the yellow, and then there's a band of blue snowflakes. And the colors are much brighter in person. They're kind of washing out on the camera. Maybe if I hold it, it's a bit better. Anyway, I love this piece, and it's sparkly. Well, I made it sparkly because it deserved it. Okay, next, the Morgan was pulled. I'll have to put a picture up for this as well, or insert a picture. This is, let me get stats. Where are you, Morgan? This is artwork by, I should know this, artwork by Chrisabug, charted by Thread Geeks, and I'm doing it 1/1 on 25 count. Everything, all my full coverages are full. Actually, everything is full cross unless it's charted otherwise. And I have 2,278 stitches out of 143,208, and I'm at 1.59%. So this is where I am now, and I worked all in here, so I got this bit done in here. I just started working on more background up there. I'm trying to get the color. I think that's the best I'm gonna do. This is one of the crows, the wings coming in. So the top of the wings are and the top of the feathers of the wings are light, and then the crow comes in. It's really pretty. I love this piece. I love Chrisabug's artwork too. I have a few of hers. I had Unsteely Force, which started, and that progress was lost. And I wasn't that far in, so I think I might just restart it. I don't know. Next up is... oh God, I don't know how to pronounce this. Darling Dar? It's by Marumi Designs. And I'm stitching it 2/1 on 18 count Ada that I dyed myself. And I am using Kraken by Night Stalker's Calling for the floss. This was a legacy non-full coverage pull, and it was a new start, and I got 426 stitches done out of 7,250, and I'm at 5.88%. And this is, I did a center start, and it goes this way. This is where I am. This is gonna be a long one, y'all, because I still have to pull all my pieces. I did a poll in the community tab, and last time I looked at it, it was 100% unanimous that you all wanted to see me pull my projects during the Flosstube, so we'll do that. But, okay, first of all, my fabric that I dyed. Look at that! Oh, it looks like a butterfly up here. I love it so much. Okay. But I did do a center start. So, oh, I'll have to put up a picture. I probably will have already done that. And it's washing out terribly, but that's what it looks like. I love this fly. I love Night Stalker's Calling. Uh, it's washing out terribly. It's really pretty. Just trust me. That's where I got to. The lighting's a bit... It's cloudy, and I have, you know, it's... Work with what you got. Okay. Next up was Alliance was pulled, and I'm doing my own crop of this. This is Alliance portrait. Artwork is by Lisa Parker. Again, notice the theme. Charted by Hade. Let me get you some stats. I worked on this a few times, a few nights. Where is it? It's up further. There are definitely pros and cons to both Pattern Keeper and Markup. Like Markup, I love that there are folders. I love you can sort things alphabetically. Pattern Keeper does not have either of those things, and it's a pain in the ass to find things. Especially if you're like me and you have way more whips than you will ever stitch in your life. Anyway, I have... Okay, well this is also a bit skewed. I cropped off... I'll have to put a picture up. I cropped off some of the top and some of the bottom. That was just the mountain and the snow and ice. So... I started my cropped version at 27.85% done because I marked it all off with 115 stitches marked off. That's where I started. I'm doing it 1/1 on 22 count. And I'm now currently at 29.59%. So I've done almost 2% on it. So I started converting this to diagonals. I'm really digging it. I don't know. It's just, I tried regular parking, like parking in 10 by 10 squares and whatnot, and it got to be too much. But also cross country sometimes is overwhelming because I don't know where to go. So I saw Jen is doing diagonals, and I thought I would give it a try. And Stitchy Witch also does diagonals. She does them a bit differently, though. I think she snakes and parks as she goes. But I like the diagonals because I have more to work with other than just, like, I can still do my cross country. But I only work in that 20 diagonal, so it's not as frustrating as like 10 doing block by block, but I also don't get decision fatigue and as to where to go. Makes sense. So I started, this is where I am total. This is the dragon wing coming in here. And so I basically did all of this. I started converting it to a diagonal just from like this half down, and then I'll go back over here and do, because I know only so much fits in my hoop. I use hoops. So I got two diagonals finished, and then I started on the third. So that's what it looks like total so far. And I love the color. Lisa Parker. Love it. And I do love what the diagonal, Jen says this too, but I do love how you can see the picture come in. You know what I mean? Well, maybe you don't. I don't know. I know what I mean. I love how I can see the picture come in. Alright. Oh, I can't get this. Come on. Alright. Next was a non-legacy pool, and this is Salty Bitch. I will have to put a picture up again for you. Where did I get to? Where is it? I think it's further up the top. Salty Bitch. I got to 2,017 stitches out of 107,444, and I'm at 1.88%. And I'm stitching this on, I don't want to put my glasses on, so I'm just kind of doing the that thing. Artwork is by Pixel Page Studio. It's charted by Stitches So Beautiful. I'm doing it 1/1 full cross on 28 count even weave in the colorway Barely Lime by Fabric Flare. And it's not going to show up, but it's like a mottled lime green color. Excuse me. And then I did a top center start. I'm trying to wrangle maybe this way will be better. I don't know. Okay, I did a top center start. And I worked on filling more of this in up here, which you can't really see, but it's the white border on the top of the card, the tarot card, and then filled in a lot more of this blue confetti. And it looks really pretty. I love how the colors are popping, the bright colors. It's so fun. And this was a non-legacy full coverage new start. So its goal is 3,000 stitches. So before it gets pulled out of the rotation, out of the bin. So this might be the first thing that gets, I mean, again, depends on when it's pulled, but this is close to its goal. So I love this piece. I love everything. It was really difficult actually to pick things that would be legacy, and like it was really difficult because I mean I love everything. That's why I'm stitching it. So to choose ones that I wanted to finish versus over ones that I didn't. The next one, the last one is Solitude. This is again a non-legacy full coverage new start. Doesn't matter right now. I didn't reach the goal, so it's still in the rotation. Where are you? I'll have to put a picture in. This is artwork by Susan Rios, charted by Charting Creations, and I'm doing it 1/1 on 28 count. And this is the second time this has been pulled since doing the original rotation. And so this is where I am. Oh, wait, let me give you some stats. I have 1,504 stitches done out of 162,089, and I'm at 0.93%. And this is where it is. I did a top left start. That's wrong. Y'all. Oh my god. It goes this way. It goes this way. Because these are the curtains, and then this is the bunch of roses in the vase at the top. So I worked and did more of the curtains over here. It started filling in some remaining confetti and then worked more on the flowers. Actually, it looks really good, like right there. So yeah, let's see if I can get you in so you can see the stitching. There. I don't know if I'll convert this to diagonals or not. I worked on it and I didn't, so I guess I didn't feel the urge to. I don't know. We'll see when I pick it up next time what I feel like. Oops. Okay. So that's everything I worked on. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull my pieces. So let me put my boards back in there, and we're gonna pull them, and then I think I'll get them. This is the first time I've done this on camera, so I'm gonna pull 10 for the week. I pull 5 legacy full coverages, I pull 3 legacy non-full coverages, and I pull 2 non-legacy pieces. So I think I'll pull everything, and then oh, we also have to spin. Let me do that while I'm thinking about it, because I will not remember. We will spin for our priority legacy. Wait, let me take Ineffable Husbands off, because I just worked on that. Okay. So we will spin, and this piece will get 200 stitches a day. Cheese delivery. Cheese delivery is by Chris Dunn, and I'm stitching that for Child because he loves cheese. It's really cute. It's a full coverage. I'm gonna write this down though. Okay. So 200 a day. I'll show you once I pull everything. Is cheese delivery. I'm excited. I love this piece. Okay. Will that stay there without falling? I'm gonna make it. Alright, so I'm gonna pull 5 full coverage legacy pieces. I'm flying, y'all. I haven't been sick since like before COVID. No, that can't be right. Maybe I got sick once. I haven't had COVID yet. Dar's had COVID and Child has had COVID, and I've tested multiple times. This isn't COVID. I did test last night. It's just a cold. Alright, first one is Protector. We know what that one is. Well, if you've been here, you know what that one is. It's Protector of Magic. Artwork by Lisa Parker. Charted by Hade. 1. Botanical Gardens. This is artwork by Rose Catherine Kahn, charted by Pain Free Crafts. I'm not looking, by the way. I'm just mixing them up. It's Only Forever. This is Amy Stewart, charted by Hade. Okay. What is that, 3? Halloween Fae. I love this piece so much. This is artwork by Amy Brown, charted by Unconventional X Stitch. And then number 4. I'll show everything to you after we pull. I'm gonna pull everything. Alright. Absinthe Cthulhu. So that one you just saw. So that one will stay out. Okay. So those are the 5 full coverages. Legacy full coverages. Now I'm going to pull 3 non-legacy full coverages. That's wrong. 3 legacy non-full coverages. Oh my god. Legacy pieces that aren't full coverage. That's what I'm pulling. Okay. First one is Toadstool Tile. This is my Chatelaine. Excuse me. Dragon Guardian. This was a kit that I got from Pain Free Crafts, and I can't remember the artist off the top of my head. And Bunny Castle, The Siege of Bunny Castle by Long Dog. Samplers. Okay, and then my 2 non-full coverages. Oh my god. My 2 non-legacy pieces. My regular pieces. There's a lot in here, so I'm mixing it up as best as I can. If I pull something that is in the clue game, I will take it out and we'll pick something else. Okay, My Body, My Choice is a test stitch I'm doing for my friend JB at Just Because Creative. I thought I lost one, but I didn't. And Gone to Pieces is another Long Dog. Okay. Let me pause and I will get those and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, whoops, I'm dropping shit already. First one is My Body, My Choice. I don't have a cover. I don't have a photo for this. Where is it? Oh. This is my test stitch. And I'm doing it 2/1 and 16 count Ada. And this is what it looks like so far. So that's that one. The next one is Dragon Guardian. Artwork is by Tatiana Verkoshkaya. And this is what it will look like. And I got a kit, like I said, from Pain Free Crafts, so I did a center start. I did a top center start, excuse me. I don't know where to put this. I need my board again. And 2/1 full cross on, I don't know what this is, 28 count linen of some sort. Again, it's what came in the kit, and that's where I am with it. The colors are washing out. That's more accurate. But that's my starting point. So it's a mixture of full cross and half stitch depending on what the chart calls for. I did not get this with the Crystal Club. I just purchased this separately. Okay. Gone to Pieces was one that I... Is that on here? I think it was one that I lost, and then oh, where is it? Did I even put it back in? I have to find it. I don't know where it is. It's a Long Dog sampler. It was one that I lost and I purchased again. And I'm stitching it 1/2 on 40 count Verdal dyed by Banana Oil. So it's a one time thing. They only dye, there's no colorway or anything, they just dye. And I'm using Atreyu by Night Stalker's Calling for the floss. So this is my starting point. I did a top right start. And Gone to Pieces is like puzzle pieces, and they're stitched in, they're colored in. I'm not doing mine colored in. So I am just doing what would be black because I want to be able to see the fabric. So that's my starting point. I have no idea stats. I don't think I ever put it back in. So I have to put it back in and then mark off what I've done. So that's my starting point for that. We'll see if I actually do that. Okay. And this is in my very fancy project bag. That a pattern came in. Or I think this might actually be what the fabric came in. I just kept it in that bag. Okay. Halloween Fae. Oh, I can show you this. Halloween Fae is artwork by Amy Brown. Charted by Unconventional X-Stitch, I think. It's loading. This is what she will look like. And I am, oh, I didn't put the card back in. I have 10,884 stitches out of 273,000, and I'm at 3.99%. And this is where I am with her. The lines that you see are obviously the grid lines, so they'll come out. When it gets washed at the end, eventually. Okay. Do I have any new starts this time? I don't think I pulled any new starts. What is this? Oh, this is It's Only Forever. This is artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by Hayde. I'll have to put a picture up. I have 1,230 stitches done out of 399,900. I'm at 0.31%. Look at the colors so far. And what am I doing this on? 1/1, a full cross on 25 count. I'll have to put a picture up for you because it's on my laptop. And this is, I don't know what I was doing. Oh, I was doing like 30 or 30 by 30. I don't know, 30 stitches, 30 blocks by 30. I might convert this to a diagonal. But that's where I am. It's all background. Oh, I think I was going down so I could get to the pinks. But I might just start and convert it to diagonal. And look at this needle minder. This was sent to me. So I ordered another project bag from Alara. And she added this little needle minder for me because we both love dragons. Isn't that adorable? Thank you, Alara. So yeah, I love this piece. This is a legacy. I'm not very far on it, but it's a legacy. A legacy for me. Okay. Next up is Protector of Magic. Oh, this is a priority legacy. Artwork is by Lisa Parker. Charted by Haid. Oh, goodness. I need my glasses for this. I cannot focus. I have 16,836 stitches done out of 302,500. And I'm at 5.57%. And this is what it will look like. So I did a top left start on this. 1/1 full cross on 28 count. And this is what it looks like. This is my starting point. I'm obviously not doing anything. I'm just stitching wherever the hell I feel like on this one. I did get over to the big dragon. That's the scales. Looks really cool. Can't wait to get that filled in. Maybe I'll work there. I don't know. That's where I am on that one. I'm starting to get a migraine too, y'all. I'm glad I did this early this morning because I don't think, if I didn't do it now, I don't think you would get a video this week. Alright. Okay. Next is Siege of Bunny Castle by Long Dog Samplers. I do have a stitch along for this. If anyone wants to stitch this, where's Bunny Castle on my... Maybe I have it under its actual name of Siege of Bunny Castle. No. It must be on here because otherwise it wouldn't have a... Or did I not? No, it's in here. The hell's my Bunny Castle? Oh, The Siege of Bunny Castle. Jesus. Okay. My hashtag is, if anyone who wants to stitch along with this, on this with me, my hashtag is hashtag LD Bunny Castle Sal. So there you go. So all of that, and then I still need to find it on here to show you. Bunny Castle, I'm at something. 2,098 stitches out of 45,587, and I'm at 4.6%. And this is what it will look like. And I'm stitch. Isn't this great? This is just great. You don't see this long dog. I don't think I've seen anyone else stitch this. I know Someone from one of the thread gremlins wanted to stitch this. I don't know, but I've not seen anyone else have this on the go. So please join in if you want to. It's great. Like, look at this. It's beautiful. And I'm doing this. What am I doing this? 3/1, 3/1 on 14 count Ada that I had in my stash. And look at that! Like, look at the color. Look at its lobbing. Like, oh. That is so beautiful. So that's where I'll be starting. I don't know where I'll be going. I could do more border. I could come down, fill in. This is I could fill in the bunny. I could go down, do more like castle. I don't know. But that's my Siege of Bunny Castle. Alright. This is the 200 a day. 200 stitches a day. This is Cheese Delivery. Artwork is by Chris Dunn. Charted by Pain Free Crafts. I'll have to put a picture up of this for you. Where's Cheese Delivery? I have 865 stitches out of 123,200. And I'm at 0.7%. And I'm doing this 1/1 on 22 count. And I am doing diagonals on this one. And that's where I am. Top left start, so this is just the ceiling coming in. Just background, nothing much to see. But I love the colors, it's so fun. I've really been digging 22 count lately, y'all, so that bit might be more of a thing that you'll see. God, I can't pull this up again. Okay. This is my chatelaine. This is toadstool tile. It's difficult to say. I don't have a preview for this or anything but this is where I am so far. I did obviously a center start. That's where I am, and I am beating as I go because it should fit in there. What am I doing this on? White chocolate something. 28 count white chocolate linen. Okay, that's it. And I did get the everything. The bead. I got the pack from I got the bead pack and the thread pack from European Cross Stitch. And again, that's where I move it over here so you don't see it with the light. It's pretty. And I will say, this is my first time doing a chatelaine. This is also my first time doing specialty stitches. The instructions are great. I had a wonderful time starting that. You know, you gotta take it slow and make sure you're doing what it says to be doing. But don't be intimidated. Like, that was my first one, and it was great. So don't be intimidated by starting one. You know, I did choose to start a smaller one to start off with, but again, just like anything, one stitch at a time, you know? Okay, and the last one is Botanical Gardens. This is artwork by Rose Kahn, charted by Pain Free Crafts. I'm going to have to put a picture up for you. This was a new start earlier this year. I have 1,593 stitches out of 441,936. I'm at 0.36%, and I'm doing 1/1 on 25 count. And this is my start. I might convert this to diagonal. I don't know. I might convert this to diagonals. So that's my turning point for that. So there you go, y'all. That's it. That's all I have. So how? Oh, plus whatever I pick from Clue and my deer sighting piece if I sight the deer. Um, oh, and literature. Want to work on literature. Oh, plus Absinthe Cthulhu, but you already saw that one. I'm like, I'm done, but oh. I also pulled Absinthe Cthulhu, which you saw earlier, so I'm not going to share that one again. So that's that. This was a bit everywhere today. Thank you for bearing with me if you made it this far. Um, y'all, again, I'm sure y'all know what it feels like to not be quite well. Um, so I wanted to do this, like I said, to get it out. So I would get you a video this week because I didn't do a Flosstube last week. I just did an extra. So I'm now gonna go and get some breakfast and make some more tea and stop talking. And it's gonna be lovely. And I'm gonna stitch. I don't know what I'm gonna stitch on, but I'm gonna stitch. Um, and I will see you back next week. Thank you all. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to shut up now. Have a great week and happy stitching.